You're 6 years younger than me.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes, young. Hmm. Continue, shall we? Yesterday we talked about the word motto. Motto is a sentence that people believe in, that people try to live their life according to that idea. Okay. So what is her school motto? The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Do you understand? There is no limit. The sky is the limit means that the sky is the limit. I wanted to prove that girls. Hey Aisha, the sky is the limit.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. The sky is the limit. I wanted to prove that girls could do anything.
Good afternoon.
Hey Diana, good afternoon. Swimming big. Since climbing Everest, Malabat has also climbed Africa. Since climbing Everest, okay, since refers to a moment in the past, okay. Since climbing Everest, since refers to a moment. In Hindi, we use उस moment से, है ना? हाँ, उस time से. Since climbing Everest, Malabat has also climbed Africa's Africa's
The tallest mountain.
The
Af-
tallest mountain.
when we say Africa, we will not say the tallest, okay?
Okay.
Because we have the word Africa's tallest, so we will not say the tallest. Is that okay? Since climbing Everest, Malabat has also climbed Africa's tallest mountain. So will you say India's the richest man or India's richest man?
India's
India's
richest.
richest man.
Yeah. Um, Ambani is Ambani is India's richest man. Ambani is
India's richest.
India's richest man. So nice of you. So much. Come. Are you gonna sit? Only 3, 4 people will be here. Ah, okay. Okay, so nice of you then. Since climbing Everest, Malabat has also climbed Africa's tallest mountain. Why shall we not use the this time here? Africa's tallest, okay, mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. She is now working hard for her exams. She's now working hard for her exams. Sometimes I still hear people say give exams. Don't say give exams. Say take exams, okay? In Hindi, we say exam dena, but in English, we say take exams, okay? Have you taken any exams recently?
No, I haven't.
Are you going to take any exams?
Yes, sir.
No, I haven't.
Yes. Okay. So we are talking about here. She's working hard for her exams because she wants to join the Indian Police Service, IPS. She wants to join the Indian Police Service. She continues to encourage Indian girls to dream big. She continues to encourage. This is what I call verb pattern, and you need to understand that. She continues, present simple, fine. And after that, we hear to encourage. So we should understand that after continue, we can use 2 plus V1. She continues to encourage Indian girls to dream big. What is the difference between I prefer to drink tea and I prefer drinking tea? What is the difference? Anybody? I prefer to drink tea and I prefer to have Sunday evenings at home. Remember, when you're talking about repeated action, then you go with ing. And if you're talking about in this moment, this one time, then you stay with 2 plus B1. Okay. That is usually how it works with, prefers. I'll talk about it later, more details. Remember, you need to pay attention to these patterns, verb patterns. She continues to encourage Indian girls to dream big and tells them they can be as good as the boys or even better. She tells them they can be as good as the boys. See, equal, as good as the boys or even better. The film about Malabat's journey to Everest is called Purna. There is a film, the film about Malabat's journey to Everest, journey to Everest. This film is called Purna. The film about Malabat's journey to Everest is called Purna. The film's director, Rahul Bose, said, Malabat Purna is
The most remarkable.
the most remarkable person I have ever met. So a remarkable person is someone you will remember or you will not remember if you meet. Will you remember a remarkable person if you meet them, or you will not be able to remember them?
Remember.
It means they have a strong personality or they don't have a strong personality.
Strong personality.
They have a strong personality. They are easy to remember. They leave an imprint on you. They leave some impact on you. A remarkable person. She's the most remarkable person I've ever met. This is a pattern in English. You are eating something and you want to say a very good comment, like in using the superlative degree. You can say, this is the best, whatever dish it is, I have ever eaten. Or you could use a negative, the worst thing I've ever eaten. It's a very common pattern. So I'm going to give you guys a sentence and I want you to change it. You know, there are positive adjectives like tall, rich, poor, then comparative, taller, richer, poorer, superlative, the tallest, the richest, the poorest. Okay. This is the best kheer I've ever eaten. This is the best kheer I have ever eaten. Now, I want you to say this sentence or this idea, express this idea with a comparative adjective. Try and express this idea with a comparative adjective. This is the best kheer I've ever eaten. I have never eaten better kheer than this. Right. This is the best kheer I've ever eaten. Hey, Rosanna.
Hello.
Okay. This recipe, chicken recipe, or this chicken dish isn't as tasty as some other chicken recipes I have eaten. This chicken recipe isn't as tasty as some other chicken recipes I have eaten. Now you express this idea using a superlative.
This is the tastiest chicken I have ever eaten.
I don't know what to say. What was my sentence?
Chicken. You say
Yes,
chicken.
I said chicken, but what did I say? This chicken dish isn't as tasty as some other chicken dishes I've eaten before. And you are telling me this is the best chicken I've ever eaten. What? I don't know how to react to
The
this.
tastiest chicken, I say.
So you think you said something different?
No,
If I say this is the best chicken or you said this is the tastiest chicken, there is a difference, you think.
no, it's not a difference.
But what was my statement? What was the context? The context was this chicken dish is not as tasty as some other chicken dishes I've eaten before. Express this idea using a superlative. Anybody? Nishan, Kalpana, and why are so many people off camera? Go on. Somebody try. I said this chicken. Today, Rasana, there will be no problem with hearing you, because I'm using my headphones. So you can try. Tell me. I can hear you very clearly today. I know. Go ahead. Give it a try. This chicken dish is not as good or as tasty as some other chicken dishes I've eaten. Express the same idea using the superlative.
The worst chicken. The worst chicken I have ever never eaten.
Don't say anything just for the sake of it, Sami. Don't compromise with your common sense as a human first. Okay? First, think about what the statement should be in your mother tongue and then try and express it in English. It's not about getting it right by chance. It's about knowing how it should be expressed logically. Yes, Rasana.
This recipe is not the tastiest I have They were eat,
Eaten.
eaten.
Well done, Rasana. Super. Good job. Thank you. You got it right. And no, Aisha, that is not at all right because I didn't say that. All I said was this chicken recipe isn't as tasty as some of the other chicken dishes I've eaten before. It's just this much only. And as Rasana said, if I'm asking you to express this idea using a superlative, then you could say, this chicken dish isn't the tastiest chicken dish I've ever eaten. Isn't the tastiest. That's all. Now, you guys, I don't know what happened to you. You didn't understand. Rani said it is
The
the best.
worst chicken.
How did you come to that conclusion? Did I say that? I only said it isn't as tasty as some other chicken dishes I've eaten. Did I say this chicken recipe is not as tasty as any other chicken recipe I've eaten? No, I didn't say that. I said this chicken recipe or chicken dish is not as tasty as some other chicken dishes I've eaten before. It means it is not the best chicken dish I've ever eaten. That's all. Isn't it? It was simple and easy. You guys need to sometimes, understand and appreciate things more minutely. Number 13, are the sentences true or false? Correct the false thing. Well, I'll be interested in the way you correct them, okay? The language. Malabar's school was for some of the poorest families in India. I'm not getting any responses. Malabar's school was for some of the poorest families in India.
Yes, it is true.
Yes.
Yes. This school was for underprivileged children in India, right? So, yes. Malabar was chosen to climb Everest because she was the youngest in her class.
No, she wasn't.
No, she
She was
wasn't.
better at
She
sports.
wasn't chosen for this reason. She wasn't chosen because she was the youngest in her class. She was chosen because she was better than other children, the other children. She was better at sports, right? And she was fitter. She was fitter. She was better than the other children at sports, and she was fitter too. She was a more experienced climber than the other students in the school.
No, she was.
She wasn't.
She
She
wasn't.
wasn't. She wasn't. She wasn't. She had no experience when she started the preparation, the training. When she was chosen, she was absolutely amazed when she heard about it, heard about uh, her task that she was going to climb Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. The training wasn't as hard as she expected. The training wasn't as hard as she expected.
It was hard. It is
No,
hard.
it was hard.
It was very hard. It was really hard. It was आगे भी बोलते जाओ पढ़ा कई बार पढ़ा थे तो फिर ऐसे ही होगा बैठ के ऐसे ही झक मारोगे एक दो
It
बार में
was
सही
harder
कर
than
लोगे
she
ना तो फिर यहाँ
expected.
पर कोई भी इंग्लिश में पीछे नहीं रहता दिन भर में टाइम नहीं मिला होगा ना पढ़ने का एक दो बार पढ़ के छोड़ दिया होगा The training wasn't as hard as she expected. It was much harder than
She expected.
It's expected.
It was hard. It was really hard. It was much harder than she expected. She was very excited about it at first, but then the training was much harder than she expected. The exam was more difficult than I thought. The exam was more difficult than I thought or I expected. The exam wasn't as difficult as I thought. The exam wasn't as difficult as I expected. The questions weren't as difficult as I expected. The taste wasn't as good as I expected. The taste wasn't as good as I was told. The taste wasn't as good as I was told. Somebody told me, taste is really good, really good, really good. And I went and tasted it. No, the taste wasn't as good as I was told. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
So if you can go in your past life story and think of some situations where something happened, you had an experience which you can express using these patterns, with dot 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 as not as dot 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 as, it would be amazing. Or harder, better, cleaner, dirtier, whatever. I once booked a hotel online, and when I ended up in the hotel, the rooms were not as big as I was told in the advertisement. The rooms were not as big as had been told. Uh, okay, as the advertisement claimed. The rooms were not as big as the advertisement claimed. You can think of hundreds of similar sentences. I'm expecting just 4 or 5 so that you can feel more comfortable with the pattern. The worst part of the climb was seeing climbers who never came back from the mountain.
Yes, it is true.
Okay, Kalpana Kusum. Saying it is true doesn't give
Yes,
you
sir.
much practice, doesn't give you much practice. But responding to the sentence in a
She
different
found
way,
dead bodies, sir.
that's what I'm saying, talking about the situation, responding to the situation will be good practice. Saying yes, it is true, no, it is not true, is not good practice. Because you can use these lines for each and every sentence. Yes, it is true, no, it is not true. Yes, it is true, no, it is not true. It's not practice. We are doing this exercise for the language practice. You say this and I will respond to you so that you can get an idea what you could have said.
Malvaz was found 6 dead bodies, and it was really scared
It was
for her.
scared. It was scared. This is what happens, Kalpana, when people are with you. One reason why they don't like being around you. Because the good feeling, that they have, that my English is good, disappears when they're around you somehow. They're scared. Didn't sound correct at all, nothing, no part of it. And I can tell you, a lot of times it has happened. It is not the first time, and I'm sure it is not the last time. People think, okay, because I'm laughing, I'm joking, I'm talking about what's going on, they think they have to come. And I say this as well, but I say it with a different attitude. I say, you come and listen to me. When I say come and listen to me, what does it mean? Pay attention, observe what English phrases I'm using, how I'm forming sentences. Can you learn something while you're listening to me? Can you practice what you're listening? What you said was nothing. Anybody, please? The worst part of the climb was seeing climbers who never came back from the mountain. Nobody is reacting. Nobody's saying anything. Well, number 6 then. After Everest, Malabar climbed the tallest mountain in Europe. He wasn't kissed, इसके लिए कहा तुमने पूछा अपने आप से. He wasn't किसके लिए कहा. यूरोप के लिए बहुत बोलोगे. क्या बोल रहे हो? यूरोप के लिए तुम बहुत बोलती. मैंने कहा नो शी वाजंट, क्यों बोला? क्या है तुम्हारा पूरा सेंटेंस? व्हाट्स योर फुल सेंटेंस? नो शी वाजंट जो तुमने कहा. हाँ, शी वाजंट जो तुमने बोला उसको पूरा करो ना. ऐसे ही कुछ भी शी वाजंट शी डिडंट करते रहो. कुछ समझ में भी तो आए कि क्या बोल रहे हैं. हवा में रहना इज नॉट ओके. शी वाजंट कब बोलते हैं? अगर मैं बोलूं कल्पना चावला वॉज रशियन, तो बोलोगे नो शी वाजंट, इसका मतलब शी वाजंट रशियन. अगर यही बात मैं कह दूं कल्पना चावला केम फ्रॉम रशिया, अब आप नहीं बोल सकते थी क्योंकि सेंटेंस का स्ट्रक्चर बदला हुआ है. शी नो शी डिडंट. मैंने कहा कल्पना चावला केम फ्रॉम रशिया, आप नहीं बोल सकते शी वाजंट बिकॉज यहाँ वर्ब है शी केम फ्रॉम रशिया. आपको ना बोलना है, बोलेंगे नो शी डिडंट, मतलब शी डिडंट कम फ्रॉम रशिया. तो जब मैंने कहा आफ्टर एवरेस्ट मालाबार क्लाइंब द टॉलेस्ट माउंटेन इन यूरोप, आपने कहा नो शी वाजंट, मतलब क्योंकि अभी तक शी वाजंट चल रहा था तो आपने कर दी. तो एक दो बार पढ़ने वाले से मैं कुछ उम्मीद नहीं करता हूँ, ऑनेस्टली करता ही नहीं हूं मैं कुछ उम्मीद. आप भी मत करिए. मुझे कोई सरप्राइज नहीं है कि आप गलत जवाब दे रहे हैं. हालांकि जो गलत कर रहे हैं वो आपके एलिमेंट्री कोर्स का हिस्सा है. मालाबार क्लाइंब द टॉलेस्ट माउंटेन, इस सेंटेंस में वर्ब क्या है? ढूंढिए कहीं पर तो वर्ब दिखेगा. हाँ. तो उसका नेगेटिव क्या होगा? ऐसा सरप्राइज तो मत बोलिए. क्लाइंब, बोलिए क्लाइंब. जैसा ऐसा मत बोलिए जैसे कि पूछ कर आप गलत कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. हाँ, सर शॉक रिप्लाई मत दिया कीजिए. शॉक रिप्लाई देने का हक उसको है जो 10 में 10 सही दे रहा है. शॉक रिप्लाई मत दीजिए. क्लाइंब और क्या आगे इसका नेगेटिव बोलिए. तो शी डिडंट, फिर से बोलना पूरा. शी डिडंट क्लाइंब. तुम खुद बोले, 2 बार बोले, हम एक बार पे नहीं बोले. पहली बार में हमने इग्नोर किया, दोबारा बुलवाया, दोबारा भी क्लाइंब बोले तो हम रिपीट किए हैं. शी डिडंट क्लाइंब बोले ना तुम दोबारा भी. फिर जब हम बोले क्लाइंब तो क्लाइंब. तो ऐसे कौन बात कर लेगा इंग्लिश कॉन्फिडेंट होकर के कि जब वो 2 बार क्लाइंब बोले और जब उसको दोबारा पूछे नहीं क्लाइंब ऐसे करके कोई बात करता, उसका क्या बच्चे वाला मेंटालिटी है तुम्हारा? कैसे ही तुम बात करोगे एडल्ट की तरह समझदार तरीके से? तुम्हें 2 बार में वो क्लाइंब में से ईडी हटाने का नहीं समझ में आया जब डिडंट बोल रहे हो तो? जब मैं उसको हाईलाइट कर रहा हूं तो क्लाइंब क्लाइंब, जैसे मैं गलत कर रहा हूं तुम सही मुझे कर रहे हो इस तरह से. मैंने बुलवाया तुमसे क्लाइंट, तो फिर ऐसे क्यों रिएक्ट कर रहे हो जैसे कि तुम सही हो मैं गलत हूं? अपने रिएक्शन को ये करो ना, फाइन ट्यून करो ना. रिएक्शन होना चाहिए तुम्हारे इमोशन के हिसाब से. तुम ऐसे भी नो सर क्लाइंब सर, नो सर क्लाइंब, तो ऐसे मैं थोड़ी क्लाइंब बोल रहा, तू 2 बार बोला भाई क्लाइंब, तो तू डिसाइड कर कि क्लाइंब बोलना है कि क्लाइंब बोलना है. तो जब
Good
शी
evening.
डिडंट क्लाइंब बोलना था, हे यास्मीन मैम, तो आपने फिर वजन किस चीज के लिए बोला था वहां पर? तो बस ऐसे ही स्टेप लेने के जगह जंप क्यों मारते हैं? जितनी देर लगाई थी इतनी देर में बोलना था, आपका ये टाइम पीरियड है, इतना देर लगता है आपको ये सही समझने में, तो आप 1 सेकंड में बोलने वाला भूल जाइए, नहीं बोल सकेंगे आप। स्टेप बाय स्टेप गए, बेबी स्टेप्स लेकर के, तो पता चला क्या जवाब देना था? नो शी डिडंट, शी डिडंट क्लाइंब द टॉलेस्ट माउंटेन इन यूरोप। आफ्टर एवरेस्ट शी क्लाइंब the tallest mountain in Africa. After and yeah, yeah. And then Malabat believes that girls can sometimes do better than boys. Malabat believes that girls can sometimes do better than boys. दीजिए जवाब। She wasn't, she was, she does, she is, she
She
did, कुछ
does.
बोल दीजिए। It's not a puzzle, okay? It's very basic logic. Malabat believes that girls can sometimes do better than boys. Yes, she does. Yes, she believes that girls can sometimes do better than boys. So, yes, she believes. Instead of saying yes, she believes, we can say yes, she does. The director of Purna thinks that Malabat is more talented than most young people.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, and on what basis do you think he doesn't?
Because of Malawaz is mm, like good in sports and
Okay, who are we talking about, Sanjeev, here? The director of Purna. The director of
yeah,
Purna. Who's the
Purna.
director of Purna, Sanjeev? What is
The
Purna, Sanjeev? Answer quickly, Sanjeev. It is not time to read the text back. If you're talking about it, you should know what you have read. Let me tell you.
the school, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. You're mistaken. So listen to me, everybody. Overestimating your abilities can be a disastrous thing to do sometimes. So when you read a text as big as this, and you think you remember, yes, Yasmin, ma'am,
Purna is a film.
exactly. Are you asking me or telling me, Yasmin, ma'am? Your tone suggests you're asking me.
No, no, sir. I'm
You're
telling.
but the tone you used was Purna is a film. Purna is a
Purna,
film, right?
Purna is
Purna is a
the
film about this girl's achievements, her
yes, sir.
climbing. This is a film, Purna is a film about climbing Mount Everest. And
Yes.
her climb. It is about her climb, of course. Malabat's climb. And who's the
Malwa.
director of this film?
Sorry.
Rahul boss.
Rahul Bose. Rahul
No.
Bose thinks that Malabat is more talented than most young people.
Nahi, Malwa is the most remarkable person he has ever met.
This is what can happen when you don't decipher the meaning of what you're reading. You
Oh,
can, when he said she's the most remarkable, one of the most remarkable people I've met, it means he thinks that she's more talented than most young people, right, everybody? Because he said she's the most remarkable person I've ever met. She is the most remarkable person I've ever met. Clearly, when will you call somebody a remarkable person? When they are talented or when they're not talented?
they're talented.
When they are
And the
talented.
most remarkable means most talented, clearly.
Yes, sir.
I asked you, will you remember a remarkable person? If you ever meet a remarkable person, if you suppose I say XYZ is remarkable and you met that person, will you remember that person? Of course you will, because he's remarkable, she's remarkable. So a remarkable person is unusual because they are talented, they're special, right? So sometimes what happens, we read a word, but we don't really understand it very well. We think we do. That's the problem. So all of you, my suggestion to all of you is don't overestimate your abilities. Understand what your limitations are. Take your limitations into account and try and improve. Overestimating yourself means not taking your limitations into account, having unrealistic expectations. For example, you read this text once or twice and you thought, I did it. What did you do? What did you do? The exercise? Maybe yes. But what is the purpose? Doing the exercise is the purpose. Ask yourself always, doing the exercise is your ultimate goal? I don't think so. Your ultimate goal is to be able to improve your English. And there are English sentences throughout the text here. All this text is in English. So maybe read some sentences 5, 6 times, some particular sentences here, some specific sentences here, and then the exercise 8 sentences here, what they mean, how many times you did this exercise, did you practice it with yourself? Did you underline, highlight some parts which you thought were confusing? None of it. You did none of it. And still you say, I've done my homework. I don't know if you actually know what your homework is. So, time to move on. I have already given you my feedback, people. My feedback is very basic. Do not overestimate your abilities. Reading something once or twice and expecting that you learned it very well is fooling yourself, lying to yourself. You don't want to do that. Now, we are going to do a fun activity, which is listening. The best things in life are free. We had a little chat about it. We are going to listen to some people talking about the best things in their lives that are free. So some people are talking about the best things in their lives that are free.
That are free.
Yeah, the best things in their lives that are free. That is a relative pronoun.
Things.
Yeah, the best things that are free. Okay, those things which are free. The best things in their lives that are free. I would like to, now that you highlighted this sitting next to me, which was a good thing to do, I'm going to give you guys a few more examples. Oh God, no, not again. Okay, I'm going to write it in the group. Everybody is part of the group, okay? So I'm going to write in the group some sentences. You guys can take a look in the group. The books that I gave you were or was very useful. Take a look, everybody. The book that I gave you was or were very useful. So, okay. So just take a look a little bit, at these two sentences. Everybody is in the group. Nobody is from outside the group. Everybody is part of the group here. So everybody can see the sentences I put in the group. The books that I gave you. The books, again, notice, even when I say the books, then I say that, not those, because it is a pronoun which is linking the books with this part, okay? The books that I gave you were or was very useful. The books were very useful. And when I say the book, again, I'm using that, okay? Because it's called a relative pronoun, okay? That I gave. The book that I gave you was useful, was very useful. So the sentence here is, they are talking about the best things in their lives that are free. The best things in their lives that are free. Look at the word are here. The word are is here because we are saying the best things. The best things in their lives are free, that are free. Put the photos in the order that you hear them. So people will talk and they will talk about these things. They will talk about the sunrise or sunset. They will talk about a baby. They will talk about a dog. They will also talk about, I don't know, maybe being in nature and or maybe going for a walk. And picture E is, I don't know, it's about sitting near a lake or a pond or being in nature. And F, a little child in the family. So they'll talk about these things. You have to, put them in the correct order. What is the correct order? The order in which they appear, okay, in the conversation, in the audio. So everybody's ready to listen to the audio. I'm playing now. 7.9. It's going to be challenging. Again, those people who like reading or listening once or twice, stop expecting to get things right. It will be only by chance.
7.9. The best things in life are free. Jane.
Oh, I think there are lots of things I like that don't cost anything. Let me think. Sunsets. There's nothing more beautiful. My house is on a hill opposite some fields, and in the evening, when I look out of the living room window, I see some amazing sunsets. And, well, friends and family are the most important thing in my life. I've just become a grandmother to the most gorgeous baby boy, and hugs are free. I love hugs with all my grandchildren, and they're something that money can't buy. But my youngest son still lives at home. He certainly isn't free. He costs me a lot of money.
Robin.
Well, I work in an office in the city, and for me, the best thing is being in the countryside. I don't mind what the weather is like. Even if it's rainy and windy, it's great to be outside, in nature. I like to be on my own when I go walking. It's a great time to think. But I suppose I do spend money driving to the countryside, so if you really want something that's free, then the park is the next best thing. There's a lovely park near my flat. It's got a small lake and some wonderful trees, and I often go there for a quick walk after work. It's the easiest way to put the day's work behind me.
Charlotte.
Aryan,
Well, I don't
Earphones.
have to pay
Earphones.
for much in my life. Just sweets, because I'm only 8. But I think the best thing for me is playing with my little sister, Ava. She's only 4, so I'm a lot older than her. I've also got a brother, Dominic. He's 6. But he doesn't like the games I like, so he isn't as much fun to play with as Ava. She's always waiting for me when I come home from school. She thinks I'm the best person in the whole world. We usually play hospitals or schools. I'm the doctor or teacher, of course, because I'm the biggest.
Ella,
Definitely the best thing in my life is being with my boyfriend, Alex. Of course, we sometimes do things together that cost money, like going to the cinema, but we don't need to spend anything to have a good time. We often just go out for walks or sit around chatting. He makes me laugh so much. He's the funniest person I know, and he's also the nicest friend anyone could have. We've been together nearly a year now, so it feels like our relationship just gets better and better. I think I'm really lucky.
Oliver,
The best thing that's free in my life is my dog, Fudge. My uncle gave him to me for my 13th birthday. He was a puppy and he's 11 now, so we've grown up together. He was so cute as a puppy, but I think he's even more beautiful now. What's he like? Well, he's very loving and he's also a bit crazy and he's great fun to play with. He may be getting older, but he's still far more energetic than I am. I'm always more tired than him after a walk. And I know it's very lucky that I haven't had to take him to the vets very often, because that definitely isn't free.
7.9.
So first thing that that was mentioned in the audio was picture A. Right, everybody? You heard about A, the sunset?
A.
And the second thing that they mentioned in the audio was letter B. Letter B or D? I think B. A baby hugs and hugs to the for hugs for grandchildren. Yeah, or hugs from grandchildren either. And the third thing they talked about was you were supposed to do this. You were supposed to put these pictures in the order. Did you do that? This is a very, very unusual kind of exercise for majority of the Indian students, because when they're learning English, they are not asked to do things like this. These things will be part of school syllabus very soon as well, because most school, state governments are sending delegations of teachers to countries like America, England, to learn about how to teach English. And they're learning. These things are going to be implemented. In next 10, 15 years, you will hear many government schools, teaching English this way. I'm not sure how many teachers will have the skill set I have. That's another story, but they will definitely change the way they're teaching. There will not be just textbooks as you see today. You have always seen. They are going to include audio, video, and stuff, because children learn faster when they are exposed to sounds of a language they're learning rather than just the letters. So I know you guys feel a little uncomfortable listening to exercises like this, audio files like this, but there is no respite, because you want to be fluent in English, you want to understand nuances in English and the tone and the, pronunciation and everything. You can't improve if you avoid listening. I'm going to play it one more time. Try and complete the chart to the best of your ability. Everybody, be fully focused, get a pencil, get a pen, and write what needs to be written in these boxes. I'm playing the audio one more time.
The best things in life are free. Jane.
Oh, I think there are lots of things I like that don't cost anything. Let me think. Sunsets. There's nothing more beautiful. My house is on a hill opposite some fields. And in the evening, when I look out of the...
Join the meeting. This would be the easiest way. You will be with us. Just give me a second, people. You are, but not he.
I shared my.
Oh, both of you are listening from. Okay, that's interesting. Great then. I'm playing from the beginning.
Are free. Jane.
Oh, I think there are lots of things I like that don't cost anything. Let me think. Sunsets. There's nothing more beautiful. My house is on a hill opposite some fields, and in the evening, when I look out of the living room window, I see some amazing sunsets. And, well, friends and family are the most important thing in my life. I've just become a grandmother to the most gorgeous baby boy, and hugs are free. I love hugs with all my grandchildren. They're something that money can't buy. But my youngest son still lives at home. He certainly isn't free. He costs me a lot of money.
Robin.
Well, I work in an office in the city, and for me, the best thing is being in the countryside. I don't mind what the weather is like, even if it's rainy and windy. It's great to be outside, in nature. I like to be on my own when I go walking. It's a great time to think. But I suppose I do spend money driving to the countryside, so if you really want something that's free, then the park is the next best thing. There's a lovely park near my flat. It's got a small lake and some wonderful trees, and I often go there for a quick walk after work. It's the easiest way to put the day's work behind me.
Charlotte.
Well, I don't have to pay for much in my life. Just sweets. Because I'm only 8. But I think the best thing for me is playing with my little sister, Ava. She's only 4, so I'm a lot older than her. I've also got a brother, Dominic. He's 6. But he doesn't like the games I like, so he isn't as much fun to play with as Ava. She's always waiting for me when I come home from school. She thinks I'm the best person in the whole world. We usually play hospitals or schools. I'm the doctor or teacher, of course, because I'm the biggest.
Ella.
Definitely the best thing in my life is being with my boyfriend, Alex. Of course, we sometimes do things together that cost money, like going to the cinema, but we don't need to spend anything to have a good time. We often just go out for walks or sit around chatting. He makes me laugh so much. He's the funniest person I know, and he's also the nicest friend anyone could have. We've been together nearly a year now, so it feels like our relationship just gets better and better. I think I'm really lucky.
Oliver.
The best thing that's free in my life is my dog, Fudge. My uncle gave him to me for my 13th birthday. He was a puppy and he's 11 now, so we've grown up together. He was so cute as a puppy, but I think he's even more beautiful now. What's he like? Well, he's very loving and he's also a bit crazy and he's great fun to play with. He may be getting older, but he's still far more energetic than I am. I'm always more tired than him after a walk. And I know it's very lucky that I haven't had to take him to the vets very often, because that definitely isn't free.
7.
So, what do they love that's free? What does Jane like that's free?
Sunsets.
Sunset.
Sunset.
Evening
Mm,
or Saturday.
yeah. She lives at the top of a hill, maybe, right? And out of her
Window.
Balcony. Window.
living room window, she can see this beautiful sunset. It costs nothing, but it makes her happy. And what isn't free? And another thing Jane mentions is the hugs with her grandchildren. They're free. What isn't free? The fact that her youngest son lives with her.
It cost me a lot.
She said,
Cost a lot.
हम लोग को copy paste नहीं करना है, तो थोड़ा हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे. Perhaps he doesn't pay his bills. He doesn't?
Pay his bills.
So the burden is on Jane. That's why she said that, he costs.
Me a lot.
Yeah. Robin. What about Robin? What does she like that's free?
Countryside.
Countryside. That's
Walking in the country.
Walk in the countryside.
Walk in the countryside. Yes.
Do you have details in your mind?
To drive.
Perhaps not. Silence clearly means no here. Okay. Why does she like it?
Robin.
Mhm.
I think.
Robin is a person, boy, not she, a girl, I think.
You said C, that's why I asked.
Yeah, Robin is a girl's name too, Kalpana. I said she because Robin is a girl's name, but then I recalled that the person who was speaking was a man.
That's why I asked C, Robin.
Robin is a girl's name too.
Yes, sir. Here,
In this case,
Robin
here it is
is a
Robin
boy.
is Robin. Yeah,
It's a boy. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Go on.
He works in
Hmm.
an office, so he likes the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when he visit countryside, he
Kalpana, you
had
said he visit and you are okay with that?
visited.
He
He
visits.
visited countryside.
Visited मतलब
जब वो जाता है.
कौन सी दुनिया में मैंने ये पढ़ा है या आपने पढ़ा है? He visited मतलब वो जाता है.
When he went to countryside,
अरे
then he
क्या फर्क पड़ जाएगा visited को went बोलने से? नहीं समझ पाए ना? पास्ट टेंस नहीं महसूस हो रहा है तुम्हें कल्पना? Visited went. ये पास्ट टेंस नहीं है कल्पना. He visited, he
yes,
went.
sir, I am
तो
saying
जाता है कैसे हो सकता है इसका हिंदी?
when he visit countryside,
फिर visit.
Visited.
रुकैया, visited कैसे बोलेंगे?
Sir, I just say the past tense of visit. I
हाँ,
didn't
बट जब वो जाता है तो ये जो बोलना चाहिए, मैं क्या बोलना चाहिए रुकैया?
visits.
विजिट्स. कल्पना ने
Yes.
विजिट से शुरू किया. जब मैंने हाईलाइट करा तो विजिटेड बोला, फिर वेंट कर दिया, फिर बाद में विजिट कर दिया. लेकिन विजिट्स पे नहीं आ रही. कल्पना, तुम्हें एस का एहसास नहीं है? ही शी इट के साथ एस लगाना चाहिए. और विजिटेड के साथ तुमने जाता है कैसे बोला बार बार, और फिर वेंट भी किया। कैसे कल्पना, क्या है तुम्हारे दिमाग में जगह इस टेंस के लिए, बताना। टॉक कल्पना।
I
जब
didn't.
जब कोई जाता है बोलना है किसी के बारे में, तो हम ईडी वाला बोलेंगे या एस वाला बोलना है, खाली ये
He
डिसाइड करना, वर्ब
visits.
कोई भी हम
He
बोले।
visits. He
हाँ जी।
visits.
तो
He
आप
visits.
5 बार गलत कैसे हो सकती है, 4 बार गलत कैसे हो सकती है, ये बताइए, इसकी वजह क्या हो सकती है? मोर प्रैक्टिस इज नीडेड कल्पना।
Yes, sir.
So when he visits, go on, continue.
When he visits, he pay money for driving car.
फिर पे पर छोड़ दिया, देख लो।
He pays money for driving car. That
He doesn't care what the weather is like. He always
it isn't free.
feel better outside in nature.
Okay. What about Charlotte? What does he like, or what does she like that is free?
She likes her younger sister.
Okay.
Yeah, her
Why?
younger sister, Shiva.
Why? Do you have the
Why?
details?
I have little bit. Why? Because she is younger than her and she likes her. She waits. Her younger sister waits when she come back from her school.
Yeah. Good. Her younger sister makes her feel that she's a very special person, right?
Yes.
What about Ella? What does Ella like that is free?
Ella likes her boyfriend.
Why?
Because he's funny.
Because
funny.
he is funny. He makes her smile. It doesn't cost. And she doesn't like. That means she doesn't. What is not free?
Rhythm, my dear. Rhythm, Kusum. She doesn't ऐसे बोलने का, she doesn't बोलने की आदत डालिए. Okay? She
She
doesn't.
doesn't.
ऐसे नहीं, rhythm ये नहीं होता इंग्लिश का. She doesn't नहीं है, she doesn't. आप सुनेंगी तो आदत पड़ जाएगी. She doesn't. Okay.
She doesn't. Not doesn't. What is not free for her? Cinema.
Sometimes they do other things which cost a little bit of money, but they don't have to spend money to be happy with each other. They just sit together for hours, talking to each other, laughing together. They have been together for 1 year, and she feels very happy, very lucky that she is with her boyfriend, which is the case with most people initially. First year of relationship is always great, for most people, and then problems start after the end of the second year. The start is always rosy and beautiful for most people. Love can be divided into 3 parts. Love, which grows when you spend time, you just want to spend more and more time with each other. It keeps growing. And then a time comes when you guys start to feel a certain kind of coldness in the relationship, that you don't feel the same excitement that you once felt. That is the second stage. And the third stage is when things start to be going wrong, and they seem going wrong all the time. They seem to be going wrong all the time. And, you quarrel a lot. And some people see through that phase, and most people fall out and kind of break up, Okay, let's see. Oliver, what about Oliver? What does he like?
He likes dog. His dog.
His
Like
dog.
his dog.
It is gifted
His grandfather gave him.
his grandfather.
Right. And why does he like it? Why does he like his dog? You have to form your own sentences, people, to answer questions like this. You can't just rely on the words that you heard. You can't cut paste some of the words and phrases from the audio and answer questions. Okay, you have to use your understanding of things, the world that you live in, so that you could answer. Who will answer? Why does Oliver like his cat, his dog?
I forgot.
I'll play again.
Nine.
Anyone could have and better. I think
It's my dog, Fudge. My uncle gave him to me for my 13th birthday. He was a puppy and he's 11 now, so we've grown up together. He was so cute as a puppy, but I think he's even more beautiful now. What's he like? Well, he's very loving and he's also a bit crazy and he's great fun to play with. He may be getting older, but he's still far more energetic than I am. I'm always more tired than him after a walk. And I know it's very lucky that I haven't had to take him to the vets very often, because that definitely isn't free.
Now tell me, why does Oliver like his dog?
His grandfather dog is gifted by his grandfather, and they grow up together.
Thank you very much, Kalpana. You won my heart with that statement. They grew up together, both of them, you know. He was 13 when he got the dog. It was just a
Now God
puppy.
is
Now
11.
the dog is 11 and Oliver is 24. So they have spent nearly half of their life, you know, Oliver has spent nearly half of his life with that dog, you know. And of course he will like him. Dogs grow very, you know, in most cases, masters grow very fond of their dogs. You know, dogs show so much of love and care, so much attention. They don't want attention, they give attention. That's the thing. You know, with cats want attention. They want your attention. Dogs give attention. So most dog owners, they love their dogs. You know, they cry badly when their dogs die, because the way dogs care, oh my God, when you come home in the evening and the way they'll come running towards you, they'll lick your arms, your legs, you know, they make you feel so special. And what do they want? Just food? Just a little bit love? That's all. They are very, very selfless, I will say, you know, these dogs. Okay. So guys, the audio is in the group. I want you all to listen to the audio not once or twice. That's not going to be enough, no matter what. So listen to the audio files several times, okay? And I'm not asking anybody to write the audio script. No, not at all. It's not necessary. Just listen and try and understand all the details. And after listening to one person, for example, Jane, just paraphrase what she said, okay? Talk about what she said maybe in the mirror. Look into the mirror and talk to yourself what Jane said, okay? Or what Robin said after each person. This way, you can practice speaking better. I'm not asking anybody to write the audio script. No, it's not unnecessary. Not for this audio. I will explain every word, every sentence tomorrow when we meet. And if you guys really, I will suggest, you know, you do it. You guys let me down really badly here. I don't know, nothing. I got nothing. This exercise was just wasted. First of all, you guys messed up so many times here in completing the text. And then when it came to answering the questions, you guys had no idea what you were saying. It's not that difficult. You're making it difficult by being a little lazy. That's all. So change the environment with your hard work, and it is possible. You guys can do it, okay? I don't like criticizing you so much. So please don't give me another day of a chance to criticize you this badly, okay? Let's wrap up for today, and we will continue tomorrow, people. And I will share with you guys. I didn't record today, did I?
No. No, sir, it is recording.
The recording is on?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
That
Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.